Pattern 5. A queen sacrifice in the corner for a knight fork. Caution is always necessary when it comes to knight forks. These may arise either at once or after one or more preparatory moves. Although there are various ways to deliver a knight fork, I have chosen to highlight one specific form in this book. Similar to the previous pattern, we sacrifice material through luring. Our focus is on a queen sacrifice in the corner. The white queen, which could also be a rook here, forces the king to the corner with h8, then king takes. Where the king and queen fall within the knight's reach, the fork on f7 recovers the queen with interest. This concept is also feasible with the white queen originating from a different square than h4, as long as it has the h8 square in sight, and the white knight and black queen on squares other than e5 and d6, but still within the knight's forking range on f7. Let's start with two examples from a World Championship match. Alexander Alekhine, Max Euwe, Rotterdam. World Championship match 1937. Here, Alekhine played bishop on b2, but he missed a tremendous opportunity. With queen on h8, forcing the king to the corner and removing the defender of pawn f7. After king take on h8, the king and queen are within knight's forking distance, and knight to f7 wins back the queen with interest. Note that the queen on h4 could also have been a rook. In this case, rook on h8 has the same effect. In the next example, we see a world champion executing this pattern with a bit more preparation. Try to solve this puzzle. Tigran Petrosian, Boris Spassky, Moscow World Championship match 1966. White played bishop on f7 with check, and after rook takes Petrosian played queen on h8 and black resigned. Because after king takes we have knight on f7 check, and after king on g7, knight takes on g5 and white is a piece up. 10 years earlier, Petrosian also achieved success with this trick. It required a bit more preparation, but when you know what to aim for, this is not a problem. Tigran Petrosian, Vladimir Simagin, Moscow match, 1956. We have queen to d1 check, only move king to g7. Then bishop takes on e5 with check, and after queen takes, we have queen to h8 with check. If black declines to capture the queen, then queen takes on e5 wins the black queen. Black resigned because the queen has fallen victim to the knight. Try to solve this puzzle. Judith Polgar, Viswanathan Anand, Vik Anzay, 1998. We conclude with another example by a world champion. For a change, we now see a rook sacrifice instead of a queen sacrifice, occurring on the 7th instead of the 8th rank. The idea remains the same, but I would like to let you know that this pattern can be executed in multiple ways. Pattern 6. An attack by the queen on a king in the center and a loose piece. In the previous pattern, we sacrificed our queen. In this pattern, our goal is to use the queen to deliver a fork. We will focus on a double attack on the king in the center and an unprotected piece. At first glance, this may appear to be a basic tactic, but many strong players, including grandmasters, have fallen victim to it frequently. White launches a double attack on the central king and the bishop with queen to f4 check. The queen's sortie can also be effective when targeting an enemy piece that is further away and unprotected. Ernesto Inakiev, Robbie Kevlishvili, St. Petersburg World Blitz, Championship 2018. After retreating the knight, the bishop becomes unprotected and the a4-e8 diagonal opens up. The queen fork results in winning a bishop. Try to solve this puzzle. King e7. A move you don't make every day. After knight to e2, the e1-5 diagonal opens up, allowing the queen to check with a fork, and white loses the b5 bishop. Agata Papini Trentini, Ari born, Florianopolis, 2023. In the previous examples, the knight on the c-file was missing to defend the bishop. However, even if the bishop can be defended, it does not always provide a solution. Queen to a 5 check. If knight on c3, we have d4. Attacking the pinned knight, which is now lost. It is not always a walk in the park. Try to solve this puzzle. Queen to a4 check. In the next example, protecting the bishop with the knight is indeed sufficient. You would think. A double attack on the king and bishop, and if interposing the knight in the previous game was already futile, it is even more so here, isn't it? After all, the knight will be unprotected on c6. Nonetheless, the point is that the white knight on c3 is also unprotected, and if queen takes on c6 with check, we have bishop to da7, and white has a significant problem in this case. Queen to b7 is the only move, then bishop takes on c3 with check, not only regaining the knight, but also winning a rook. Try to solve this puzzle. Nihal Sarin, Kamelngili, Djerba Rapid 2023. Nihal Sarin played the b knight on d2. The engine even deems the f knight on d2 better, with the idea that queen takes on b5 knight takes on e4. The knight on b1, heading to c3, serves white more effectively than the knight on f3, as was the case in the game. And if the b knight takes on d2, we have queen e2. With an intermediate check, white protects his bishop. And if knight to e4, we have bishop d2 attacking the queen, and the knight will be lost. Levon Aronian, Taimur Rajabov, Monaco, Rapid 2007. In the previous examples, we observed the forking queen ending up right next to the loose bishop. However, a queen fork can be equally effective from a long distance. Clearing as preparation for a queen fork is encountered in various opening traps. To conclude, we will provide 2 examples. The first concerns the Berlin defense of the Ruy Lopez, and the second, the Alpin variation of the Sicilian. The Ruy Lopez opening: e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b, 5 knight f6, d3 knight e7, knight takes on e5, and finally c6, clearing the a5 d8 diagonal for the queen with gain of tempo. If the bishop moves, queen on a5 forks the king and the knight on a5. The Sicilian defense a4 c5, knight in f3 d6, c3 knight f6. If knight takes on e4, we play queen on a4, forking and winning the e4 knight. We continue with bishop in e2 knight c6, now we play d4. If knight takes on e4, we play d5, clearing the 4th rank with gain of tempo. If the c6 knight moves, queen to a4 forks king and knight. Pattern 7. Queenside castling with a double threat. After the pawn, bishop, knight and queen, it is now the turn of the king and the rook to simultaneously attack 2 pieces by castling queenside. White creates a double threat, putting the black king in check while simultaneously attacking the black rook with the king. White wins the rook. It is the same idea. Thanks to the knight being on d7, white has an extra target. The double attack on the knight and rook costs black an exchange and, eventually, the game. Now, let's delve a bit deeper. We have seen that with an unprotected rook on the 2nd rank and a target on the d-file, queenside castling can sometimes produce a double attack. If only one of these conditions is met, you can try to create the second condition yourself. Try to solve this puzzle. Otto Foyer, Alberic O'Kelly de Galway, Liege Belgian Championship, 1934. 82 years. After this game, the same position occurred in Mestek Vasila, Pula, 2016. Black played on for a bit but eventually resigned on move 21. It is fun to be able to execute this trick, but familiarity with it also helps to defend against it. Try to solve this puzzle. And with that, we've officially wrapped up Chapter 1, Double Attack from this incredible book on chess tactics. We've seen how small ideas, like pawn tension, or even a surprising rook sacrifice, can explode into game-winning combinations. But the journey doesn't stop here. In the next video, we'll be diving into Chapter 2, Discovered Attacks and Line Clearances, where your pieces become even more dangerous when they start working together across hidden lines. We'll begin with two beautiful tactical patterns: the bishop and pawn battery, laying the foundation for a devastating discovered attack, and the elegant Queen's Indian discovery, followed by the carousel, a surprising and dynamic tactical theme. So if you're ready to take your tactical vision to the next level, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep sharpening your tactics.